Look how the diamond blink off my jet. Fresh in my white tee. See the progress. I'm a stunner, stunner, stunner. I'm a stunner, stunner, stunner. Judge Joe Brown finally. Okay, got it. Judge Joe Brown finally exposes why his show ended. They wanted me to promote certain agendas. And fool, oh my God, fool, we just gonna feel. We ain't even gonna waste no time, fool, because I already know the diabolical mathematical solution in the top of my temporal membranes. You feel me, fool? Come on, fool. Shit finna ruin my appetite, goddamn, fool.
Yeah, well,
like, just say it's an agenda.
But I gotta ask you about the Judge Joe Brown show. Why did that show end, if you don't mind me asking, respectfully?
15 years, and they owed me $28 million and wanted me to take an IOU. And what was going on is a lot of chicanery happening. I had a contract
28 M's
that said I got 45% of the unadjusted gross. The stockholders newsletter for CBS said I was their most profitable show, and they listed the amount of money I was bringing in, and I wanted my 45% of it. And they started talking about what happened and started going through all kinds of changes. So every year I had to go through this in and out of them stealing money. And then at this point in time, see, I was in a special unit of CBS. It consisted of Dr. Phil, Oprah Winfrey, Judge Judy, and Judge Joe Brown. And there was a guy named Roger King who discovered Oprah and Phil that CBS brought in when he brought in Phil and Oprah, and they gave him me and Judy. He called me to a side and he said, man, they're doing you wrong. See, he wasn't a Hollywood type. He was a former pro football player, and he inherited this from his dad, who invented TV syndication. He said, I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm going to fix this up. So the last 4 or 5 years, I was beating Oprah every day in the ratings. Well, Phil every day in the ratings, and Oprah every week in the ratings, but Oprah's the superstar, not Judge Brown. CBS was saying I was their most profitable show and was greatly responsible for 14 consecutive quarters of increased profit, the last 4 of which were the most profitable in the entire history of CBS, thanks to me. And then when I'm confronting to them, they want to give me an
Oprah and Dr. Phil ain't even pulling like that.
What happened to the $28 million?
But they gonna promote them because they going with the, you know what I'm saying?
CEO we had embezzled $25 million, and they didn't want the stockholders to find out about the theft. Next thing, they brought in some junior executives who come into a show that has been a hit for 12, 13 years.
Junior executives.
They have nothing that they
like
can
new
claim
age
as
gay
fame. So what they were doing was embezzling money to use to finance shows that they were setting up, every one of which was a flop. So I was over retirement age. I said, hey, I'm over 65. To hell with this. I'm retiring. I don't have to deal with this. So I hired a lawyer. I paid him all the retainers. It was interesting. He also represented some other prominent figures. But I got all my retainer checks returned from his law firm because he turned up missing. And that was 12 years ago, and nobody's seen him since. They think he's dead.
Oh, God.
But I don't like Mission Impossible. What they were doing was diverting money that I was supposed to get a percentage of to finance the distribution for all of the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible. A whole bunch
of weak-ass shows
it was like,
that don't nobody give a fuck about.
So in order to get your money, you have a contract provision that says you have a right to an independent audit, but the independent audit costs you $150,000, and it takes about 2 years to do. You have to wait in line. So what they'd always do is get with your agent, hey, if he drops this, we'll give him a more lucrative deal. So at one point, they were holding me out as the highest paid man in Hollywood, white or black. So I started saying, where's the money? You know, I'm getting a lot of it, but where's the rest of it? So when they wanted me to take an IOU of $28 million, I said, go to hell. And then they wanted me to take a so-called cut because the ratings are down. I said, everybody is down, but
when is I going to get my IOU back?
For the #1 syndicated show in the country. So that's all relative. And then coming in third would be Wheel of Fortune. sometimes it would ramp up so it was beating the both of us. So I'm number one, number two, and number three TV show in America. And I'm getting somebody telling me that we don't know where your money is. Oh, hell no.
But I bet you Wheel of Fortune getting their checks every week, boy.
So that's why we left.
Ellen them getting their checks
and
every
then the
week.
other thing was they wanted me to push this rainbow stuff. I said, I don't care what you guys do with yourselves. That's your business. But I'm not going to push it. So then they kept trying to sabotage me. And let me tell you, the sabotage was dangerous. I got an offer from Wells Fargo to take 6 mortgages and consolidate them and give me less than 0.5% fixed interest rate. Hell, that's good. Not even 10%, not 6, not 4, but 0.5%. So hell yes.
6
so
mortgages for who?
Next thing I know, here's the FBI. What the hell? You made a knowingly false statement on a federal form that asks you, were you now or have you been in the last 5 years subject of a pending lawsuit? Not that I know of. What had happened? 7 times I'd been sued along with CBS, and they intercepted the lawsuit and didn't tell me. And they have somebody representing me like I hired them in court, and I don't even know they're doing it. And they're confessing me to doing something that the state Supreme Court said all of us would go to jail for if we actually did it.
Oh yeah, CBS on some bullshit.
So I jacked their ass up. I just said, oh hell no. And then, excuse me, who are you? This is the Attorney General's office for the state of so-and-so. Well, may I help you? Yes, you're unauthorized practice of law. What unauthorized practice of law? These bozos had hooked up with a legal form company, and they had a thing in there saying, ask the judge a question and he will answer it personally. Question: my neighbor has 7 trees that border my driveway. He won't trim them and they keep dropping branches in my drive. What shall I do? He's always gone on business. Answer: I would ask him politely to move them, and if he doesn't, hire a tree cutting firm and cut his trees down while he's out of town. That's way wrong, and I didn't say it, but somebody's getting me for unauthorized practice of law because these clowns did it in my name. It was dangerous what they'd come up and do, and you didn't know about it.
Oh, God.
Could you answer one question?
So, fool, do y'all think that, first off, that's some crazy shit, fool. That's just how dirty and grimy that business can get, though. Soon as he want to promote the rainbow flag transformations, they start, what, fool? First off, 6 mortgages for over under 0.5% APR. Now all of a sudden he falsifying document. Like what, fool? I feel like since he had under half of his, not creative control, because obviously, fool, if he didn't have his creative control, he had to be forcing them agendas on TV and shit like that. But since they was getting like over half of the money, you know, obviously they getting 55%. If he got 45, they could probably do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's legal or not, fool, like that, it just fucked up all in all, fool. But I'm gonna see y'all next video, man. Look how the diamond blink off my chest, fresh in my white tee. See the progress. I'm a stunner. I'm a stunner.